That's for dwelling units.
Right. If you didn't know you knew that this guy was using an account.
I think they need to go before the assessments and appeals. Conditional use. Well, once it's up, it's.
That's what we do.
It's up.
Once you got it.
It's eventually rental.
It's eventually. Maybe not in your life. But you sell a property, it's right.
It's eventually going to. Where's our Oldham air reporters?
If you sit over there, you'll be on TV. I said, if you sit there, you'll be on TV. That's not
Thanks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oldham County Fiscal Court. I'm Judge Executive David Vogel. We're getting started a couple of minutes after 2 o'clock today, and we welcome all of you. I'd like to ask everyone who's able to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like it noted for the record that everybody here stood, no one stayed seated, so
Take that, Kaepernick.
good for that. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Magistrate Likens.
Here.
Magistrate Tice.
Here.
Magistrate Leslie.
Here.
Magistrate Greenwell.
Here.
Magistrate Sparks.
Here.
Magistrate Eldridge.
Here.
Magistrate Dye.
Here.
Magistrate Logsdon.
Here.
Judge Vogel.
Here. Having all members of the Fiscal Court present, this meeting is now in session. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any additions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Now I'm going to ask our clerk, Sheila Fair, to please read the minutes from our meeting on August 16th.
August 16th, 2016. The Oldham County Fiscal Court convened at a regular meeting at 2 p.m. with Judge Executive David Vogel, County Attorney John Carter, and the following magistrates in attendance: Brent Likens, Wayne Tice, Bob Leslie, Steve Greenwell, J.D. Sparks, Kevin Eldridge, Bob Dye, and Michael Logsdon. Motion made by Magistrate Leslie and seconded by Magistrate Logsdon to approve the agenda. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Logsdon to forego the practice of reading the minutes aloud and approve the minutes as written. Motion failed to pass on a voice vote. Motion made by Judge Executive Vogel and seconded by Magistrate Sparks to approve the minutes from August 2nd as submitted, noting a spelling correction. Motion carried unanimously. Public comment, none. South Oldham Fire Protection District. South Oldham Fire Protection Board Chairman Dennis Dybel, Fire Chief Eddie Turner, and Major Matt Nelson presented information relating to its 2016 ad valorem tax rate and responded to questions from the court. Public Health Taxing District. Oldham County Health Department Director Teresa Gamsky presented information relating to its 2016 ad valorem tax rate and responded to questions from the court. Motion made by Magistrate Leslie and seconded by Magistrate Sparks to authorize the Judge Executive to sign Resolution Number 0108-1616 relating to the Oldham County Public Health Tax Rate. Motion carried 8-1. Magistrate Logsdon voted no. Public Library Taxing District. Oldham County Library Director Susan Eubank presented information relating to its 2016 ad valorem tax rate and responded to questions from the court. Ambulance Taxing District. Ambulance Taxing District Board Member Stephen Turover presented information relating to its 2016 ad valorem tax rate and responded to questions from the court. RFP opening for financial accounting software. The following sealed RFPs for financial accounting software were open and read aloud for the record. AccuFund, $22,060. Zobrio, $68,361. Bid opening for stained glass window restoration. The following sealed bids for the stained glass window restoration project were open and read aloud for the record. Joe Dolmage, $4,150 for preparation and painting. Clarence Buckler Painting, $8,820 for preparation and painting, does not include paint product or lift. Mom and Nee Studios, $48,790 to replace 14 stained glass windows, and $12,830 for preparation and painting. Bid opening for the repair and resurfacing of various county roads. The following sealed bids for the referenced road resurfacing projects were open and read aloud for the record. Group 1, Maplehurst Subdivision. Flynn Brothers, $71,388.78. Hall Contracting, $68,522. Louisville Paving, $83,501.64. Matt Construction, $68,745.35. Ohio Valley Asphalt, $65,918.50. Riverside Paving, $72,566. Group 2, Brownsboro. Flynn Brothers, $161,139. Hall Contracting, $162,848. Louisville Paving, $189,165.88. Matt Construction, $160,528.01. Ohio Valley Asphalt, $148,652. Riverside Paving, $152,750. Group 3, Lake Louisville. Hall Contracting, $221,684. Louisville Paving, $259,890.81. Ohio Valley Asphalt, $262,398. Riverside Paving, $200,677. Group 4, Rollington Road. Hall Contracting, $113,274. Louisville Paving, $107,365.45. Ohio Valley Asphalt, $91,279.50. Riverside Paving, $93,933. Group 5, Greenhaven Dawkins. Hall Contracting, $160,323.80. Louisville Paving, $180,661.78. Matt Construction, $165,201.20. Ohio Valley Asphalt, $142,920.75. Riverside Paving, $160,612. Group 6, Oldham County Soccer Park. Hall Contracting, $76,088.05. Louisville Paving, $84,835.68. Ohio Valley Asphalt, $120,771. And Riverside Paving, $77,418. Payables. Motion made by Magistrate Leslie and seconded by Magistrate Likens to approve the payables. Motion carried unanimously. Community Business, first reading of the Administrative Code Ordinance. HR Manager Tina Schaaf presented for a first reading proposed ordinance number 16200-318 relating to repealing and replacing the current administrative code and establishing a new administrative code. The second reading public hearing is scheduled for September 20th. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to take a 5-minute recess. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Tice to resume the meeting. Motion carried unanimously. Second reading of the post-construction stormwater ordinance. Magistrate Eldridge presented for second reading public hearing proposed ordinance number 16830-348 relating to establishing regulations for the control of post-construction stormwater, pollutants, and sediment to the streams and waterways of Oldham County and replacing existing ordinance. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Logsdon to adopt the proposed ordinance. Motion made by Judge Vogel and seconded by Magistrate Sparks to consider the following amendments to the proposed post-construction ordinance. Add verbiage to the first sentence of Section 3, Paragraph A, and for projects that disturb less than 1 acre if they are part of a larger common plan of development that disturbs 1 acre or more. Number 2, change verbiage in Section 3, Paragraph B, from major subdivision to all subdivisions. 3, Section 4, second sentence, remove the words or intent. Motion carried by voice vote. This motion vote is later retracted. Additional proposed changes were discussed. County Attorney John Carter advised the court to pass the ordinance as originally presented after adding the language recommended by Division of Water, which was Section 3, Paragraph A, and for the projects that disturb less than 1 acre if they are part of a larger common plan of development that disturbs 1 acre or more. Discussion followed. Judge Vogel and Magistrate Sparks withdrew their earlier motions to amend the proposed ordinance with the 3 recommended changes. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Logsdon to adopt the proposed ordinance number 16-830-348 relating to establishing regulations for the control of the post-construction stormwater, pollutants, and sediment to the streams and waterways of Oldham County, and adding the verbiage recommended by the Division of Water. Motion carried 8-1. Magistrate Dye voted no. Judge Vogel opened the floor to public comment. William Douglas of Crestwood spoke in support of the proposed ordinance. There being no further public comment, the public hearing was closed. Contracts, agreements, and resolutions. 2017 litter abatement grant application. Motion made by Magistrate Leslie and seconded by Magistrate Tice to authorize the Judge Executive to sign the litter abatement grant application with the Division of Waste Management. Motion carried unanimously. XBE Image Management Agreement. Motion made by Magistrate Sparks and seconded by Magistrate Leslie to authorize the Judge Executive to sign the contract agreement with XBE relating to copier upgrades. Motion carried unanimously. Bid award for the repair and resurfacing of various county roads. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Likens upon the recommendation of the county engineer to award the following road repair and resurfacing projects as listed. Motion carried unanimously. For Group 1, the Maplehurst subdivision to Ohio Valley Asphalt for $65,918.50. Group 2, the Brownsboro to Ohio Valley Asphalt for $148,652. Group 3, Lake Louisville to Riverside Paving for $200,677. Group 4, Rollington Road, no award today. Group 5, Greenhaven Dawkins to Ohio Valley Asphalt for $142,920.75. And Group 6, Oldham County Soccer Park to Hall Contracting for $76,088.05. Personnel actions. Parks and Recreation. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Leslie to hire Jacob Bailey as building monitor at $7.25 an hour effective 8/17/2016. Motion carried unanimously. Second public comment, none. Announcements. Magistrate Logsdon provided an update from KYTC regarding the Highway 22 project, stating the project should be complete within 3 weeks. He announced the annual South Oldham Rotary's 5th annual bourbon and wine tasting at Udell Gardens on August 19th, benefiting local charities. Magistrate Dye thanked the county road department for tree trimming in his district. Magistrate Greenwell stated he values the practice of the meeting minutes being read aloud and acknowledged the work that goes into clerking the fiscal court meetings. He reminded the community that school starts this week and asked everyone to be mindful of extra traffic, buses, and children. Judge Vogel announced the county's emergency notification system has changed from Code Red to RAVE. Visit the county's website at www.oldhamcountyky.gov to register. Motion made by Magistrate Dye and seconded by Magistrate Likens to adjourn the meeting. Motion carried unanimously, and the meeting was adjourned at 4:51 p.m.
You've heard the reading of our minutes from the August 16th meeting. Is there a motion to accept?
So moved.
Any corrections?
I see
Mr.
one, it's
Dye.
a small one, it's on the first page, it has to do with the stained glass windows restoration over at the church. It said to replace 14 stained glass windows. Obviously, it's to replace the protective covering on those windows, not the windows themselves.
All right, thank you. Anything else? Hearing nothing, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Takes a little time to read the minutes, and sometimes people are interested in them, sometimes they're not, but and the court has discussed doing away with the minutes, but I think at the present time, majority would like to keep reading them. We do catch minor things that happen, just as you've just heard. Once the minutes are codified, they're the minutes, and they're approved the second time, and if they have to be researched at a later date, we want everything to be as accurate as possible. So thank you for bearing with us here. Time now for public comment. That's the time during our meeting when, if you'd like to discuss something before the fiscal court of community interest, you're able to do so. We allow 4 minutes for this. If you've come to talk about the second reading of the zoning ordinance, you'll have your opportunity later. If you would like to talk about the Old Zering Road issue on the agenda, I welcome you to come forward now. First thing we do is state our name and address.
My name is Rusty Mays. I live at 9003 Ash in Pee Wee Valley. I'm here to talk about the flooding on Pee Wee Valley. I mean, a lot of ash, and it's a public safety problem. The water that runs through there when we have a good rain is horrendous. I have video, pictures of it. Would you like to see the video? Yes, please. Three videos. This was just last week. That's my front yard.
Okay.
No, this is my second one, my second video. That's my wife's car. This is my front yard, and my mailbox is right there on Ash.
See,
That's going up, Ash, right there. I've lived there for like almost 12 years. I'm sorry. That's the third. That's my side yard.
This is our side yard.
And we also have water running back from Ashbrook down through our yards too, as you can see here in just a second. So this water is also running into where all that water is going down Ash. That's Ashbrook behind me. Anyway, I've lived there for almost 12 years, and I brought it up to the court before, well, not the court officially, but through correspondence. And I understood that the state got funds to fix it, and for whatever reason, they froze the funds, and we fought for so many years to get funds to fix it. My only concern is that one day somebody is going to die, especially at night. If they go through there, there has been many water rescues in front of my house. Years ago, at 3 o'clock in the morning, the fire department tied off on my house to go get somebody out of their car. And if I had not been on the front porch, they would have probably drowned because they were walking right toward the culvert, and they didn't know it was there, and they would have got sucked right into the culvert. And it seems that it's getting worse and worse and worse because it doesn't take as much rain as it used to bring that water up. And then when it does come up now, it will stay up a lot longer. It used to come up and then go right back down, but now it's just staying there for like an hour. And just last week, we had the fire department there. They closed the road. I thought there was going to be a water rescue, but the guy actually put his car in neutral, and the water pushed him backwards, back down the road. So I'm just asking if you all could maybe go to the state, say this is a public safety concern. We need to do something to get this fixed.
Okay. Let me bring you up to date on where we are on that, because we have a little more information that's encouraging, and the problem hadn't been solved. As you mentioned, this problem's been going on for a long time, and our court inherited this problem from somewhere, and we've tried to deal with it. We've brought it up several times with state officials. In the last two sessions of the legislature, we've been successful in getting Ernie Harris to allocate money in the state budget to address this problem. And the problem engineering firm has been hired, and there was a study done a while back. More money has been spent. What you referred to earlier, and we were optimistic that progress was underway, that something was going to be done to address this issue. And then maybe 6-8 weeks ago, something like that, the governor froze a whole bunch of projects all over Kentucky not line item by line item, but basically said those projects that have construction, earth moving underway right now, can go forward. Projects that are in the paper stage yet, where right-of-way is being acquired or planning is being done, we're going to freeze those until next spring. The problem being is the last administration, and we're, I'm not going to blame them entirely, but they committed to more projects than the state has money to fund. We were actually on the fortunate side of some of that because our Highway 393 and LaGrange Parkway projects were underway, so they weren't frozen. But the Ash Avenue project was frozen. Last Thursday, I went to Frankfurt and I met at the Capitol with a man named Scott Brinkman, who is the governor's number 2 man. Or number 1 man, actually, as far as governor, chief of staff, right. And I took the pictures that had been accumulated here and pictures that came from you and others and Magistrate Sparks in just the last week. I showed them to him, and he quickly understood what the problem was. When you see the water 3/4 of the way up a mailbox, kids standing out in distressed areas, he understood very quickly. He promised that he would go to Secretary Thomas, in the new Secretary of the Transportation Cabinet, and discuss this issue and try to get this project back on track. I mean, even if it does jump back on track next week, let's say, they're still in the process of acquiring right-of-way and planning, but it'll move faster and something will be done. We're very concerned about it here, believe me. We want to solve this problem as much as you do. It's in the county, but it's a state highway. So it's called Ash Avenue, but it actually has a state highway number to it. And I stress the fact that people are in danger here. We have a sewage treatment plant that has problems in relation to flooding. We also have a prison, a ladies' prison, further out on that road. And our fire departments and neighbors and everybody are concerned. And so I felt good leaving the meeting that actually I'd gotten through to this person. It wasn't hard. When he sees what's going on, he understands right away. So it's a matter of getting that unstuck, and I expect to hear something, hopefully this week or next, that we're back on track. So
Has the county finished their part of all the planning?
yes, I mean, our part's done. Beth Stuber, do you want to address that? And believe me, water's coming from everywhere down there, and I'm not sure. I hope the engineering study will determine where it's all coming from, but every time somebody paves their driveway, adds a patio in the backyard, does anything to create any hard surface, it pushes more water down the street somehow.
The county is done, and we are turning the rest of the job over to the state because they have more expertise and time to do this. That was the reason we took it over in the first place, was to try to speed the process along. Since that time, probably because of the freeze, the state has a lot more time. So they'll be addressing the issue. Now that we have secured additional funds, there will be some additional design to finish up that accounts for those funds to put the additional culvert under Ash Brook. We did a study years ago. They figured out where a lot of the water was coming from, what a lot of the issues are. This is one piece of the puzzle. There is a detailed study on other areas that need to be taken care of by the county line, etc. So this will be a big piece of the puzzle, and I think it'll provide some relief. It won't solve all the ills down at the end of Ash Avenue.
Okay, we're working on it, believe me, and I haven't met you before today. I've gotten a number of emails from you. I appreciate what you're trying to do, and I hate to say have patience. We're trying to push it as fast as we can. We are concerned. We're not ambivalent or uninterested. We want to solve this problem, believe me.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mays.
There's another resident from
Is there
Ash
another
also.
person who wanted to address that, or was?
I'm just in the same situation. Sorry I won't get up there, but, I mean, it's just gotten bad other time, it just seems to keep getting put off. And the safety, I cannot tell you the number of people that have had to be rescued out of my front yard that I've watched. And it's just bad, it's really bad. I've had to cancel surgery, I had to reschedule my surgery because I couldn't get out of my house because we got a rain that wasn't scheduled.
Right.
There's other things, obviously the safety is the main purpose, but, when the only thing we're told is, well, your house shouldn't have been built to begin with. Well, when I bought my house, nobody told me that because I'm the third owner. And then they're like, well, this is your responsibility. Well, how am I supposed to fix water coming from my back, from my front, from the side? There's just no way. My house is to the right of where you saw all the water plummeting down. That's my house, so.
Right. We understand, and I hope you have a better understanding now than when you came earlier that we're not ignoring this. We're trying to do something, and we're going to work at it till we get it solved, and hopefully it'll be back on track very soon. Okay. Thank you.
Judge, can I respond to that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate the judge going to Frankfurt on a special trip just to deal with this. I think it says a lot to the concern we have. And we have got a lot of money to hopefully repair some of this, but I don't think it's enough. So we'll keep working on it, but keep letting us know. Don't let us go another 5, 6, 7 years.
Well, my concern is it's not.
Well, we can't carry on a dialogue in that.
It's in my house already.
Yeah.
It's in the house. If it goes any further, my house is full.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
We understand, and normally we have people come to the front, but I see you have a walker there, so we're certainly happy to have you speak from the rear of the room. But we're not going to ignore this. Senator Harris got $500,000 put in the budget for this. If it's not enough, we'll press for more. I don't know exactly what the engineering plans are going to call for, but money is there to do something. Now, we have to get it unstuck because of the fact that the state was didn't have enough money to meet all these projects. But I think hopefully we can get an exception to this and get it restarted now rather than next spring or in the summer.
I appreciate that, and I have
Okay.
those comments. I
Right.
do appreciate you making that extra effort.
Well, that's quite all right.
Speak on our behalf.
I'm very happy to do it and want to do it. And thank you for coming out today. Is there anybody else who would like to speak here? And,
Morning, Judge Vogel, magistrates. My name's William Stevens. I live in 8913 Ash Avenue. In response to my neighbors, I know exactly what you all are going through. I've lived on Ash Avenue my whole life, and it's going to take a lot of work. I'm not confident that J.D. Sparks knows anything about money, though. What brings me here today, Judge, and I'll admit to you, I'm in the wrong. Go ahead and put your photo up, brother. You got a photo? I saw you. Go ahead and put it up.
let's just address the court as a whole.
Oh, okay. Well, I run a stump grinding business, Austin Stump Service. I operate in the Oldham County area quite a bit, and I've got 2 stump grinding signs that I put up in people's yards when I'm operating. I was working in the rain the other day, and I left my sign there, and a good show of character took it. Now, let me ask the whole court a question. I mean everybody, because these are the people
Please address the fiscal court.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, is that the kind of character we vote in here? Is any other magistrates, would you all come take a little 18 by 12 stump grind sign? The young man's trying to get out here and earn his piece of the pie. I work 3 jobs. I don't even think he can keep 1.
What?
Okay, are you jobless right now?
Please,
Are you jobless?
Put your hand down.
I'm
please.
just asking a question, sir. I'm trying to bring light on who we vote into office here. Okay? Let's all really know who we vote in next time. Because this guy, he ain't competent. He's not. I'm sorry, I don't mean to point, sir, but I want everyone to know exactly who I'm talking about, J.D. Sparks. Y'all want to know why your drainage issue ain't resolved? He might be a little of the problem. I'll tell him that next voting season. That's why I'm here, Judge. And am I in the wrong by putting them yard signs out there? I didn't mean to hit that. Am I in the wrong by putting them yard signs out there? Probably. I'm trying to earn a piece of the pie. No one else seems to have a problem with it but him, and I'm here to find out why. So you got the stage, brother. Answer one of my questions, too. Are you jobless?
All right, well,
no,
Mr. Stevens,
he's
we
got-
don't,
no, my-
we don't carry on with the confrontation. You're
no,
able
sir,
to-
there's no
You're able to
confrontation.
speak your disagreement and your unhappiness,
Sir.
but we're not going to engage in a debate or anything like that.
No, sir, and I'm not engaged in one either, and I mean no disrespect upon your court whatsoever. Have that be known. But I would like an answer to my question.
Well, our sign law is such that you can't, while you're working on the property, I assume it sounds like you left
I
a
was,
a sign there.
and I came back the next day to finish my work, and I thought that was plausible. I am insured and licensed.
And the sign ordinance has a lot of confusion to it about what people can do, what people can't do. We've tried to put clarifications out on Channel 25 and also through the Planning and Zoning Department. So if you were working on the site there and weren't finished with your job, your sign should have been able to stay.
You're right,
Once
sir.
once your job is over, or if you have what we call an off-premise sign, in other words, you put your sign at a friend's house advertising your business.
Yes, sir.
That wouldn't be
And
acceptable.
there has not been any nonsense like that. I advertise on my own property on the weekends because I don't want anyone coming and taking that. That's just a shame. All the taxes I pay, and I'm not Donald Trump, I can prove my taxes. All the taxes I pay in this county, and I get harassed over trying to just make a side buck and offer a service in the county. And I'm telling you, this is things that the people that vote these guys in really need to think about. This is it. I mean, do you want your kids shunned down for maybe trying to mow some yards, maybe trying to advertise a little bit? Is this what we're coming to? To be such a conservative and to hate regulation, you sure do like to regulate a lot.
Mr.
Okay?
Stevens,
No, I don't mean to. I'm being dead serious. I'm not making no jokes, sir. I'm coming here in all honesty, and I didn't write anything, sir. I wanted this to come straight off the cuff because I wanted you to know this is truly how I feel. And my 4 minutes is up. I'm not going to take no more time. This was embarrassing for me to come here and have to do this, but I tried to approach this man. Oh, this is a good one. I tried to go to this man's house Wednesday, and he was sitting outside in his garage. He got up and ran from me. He ran. Don't say it's not true. He ran from me.
Stevens, I'm going to have to ask
My
you to
time's up.
stop.
I meant no disrespect to y'all's court. I apologize. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the fiscal court here today?
Carl Parrish, 7701 Oldham Road. I'm here concerned about the road, Ozering. And I just want to state that concerning is that it's maintained for $4,000 a year, which is not much at all in the budget. Also, that the concern is down the road, I don't know why we're giving it away as the county tax dollars pay for it. Second understanding. And if you could you show the map? I'll go with. Over one.
Sir, I don't know what map.
Ozering Road.
I don't know if they have a map.
Anyway, my father spoke 45 minutes before he passed up here. And I was told by a public official, good Carl, right when he was in the hospital bed before he took his last breath, George, you saved the road. Well, apparently we're here again.
Is that what you're looking for? I'm not sure what map.
Yes.
Was it that one back
Yes.
there, Carl? That one?
So apparently we're here again because of a big organization wants to take it and the county wants to give it away. Well, you might as well give half of Brownsboro away, the way I look at it, because there's roots here and there's people that care about this road, that there will be more here, but they're out there working every day and there's not a notice on the subject. and this is what y'all do, and that's why we're here today. That's what the United States is about, to get it out in the open. Thing is, Rogers Group, I don't see why, they already have access underneath the road. And this is such a beautiful road. It's a mile long. It takes $4,000 to maintain it, which is nothing. I worked for the county for years. I know what it takes to maintain it. And you're taking part of the community away. I mean, the last point of all, I think it should be voted on, brought it out and voted on. Don't just give it away. You need to see what you've got first. The county does. Because when that bridge opens over in Prospect, I don't know if they're thinking out the outlook, but this excavation of the road, if you look at it, goes to Brownsboro Road. I mean, that road there was there before 42 and 71. So what I'm saying is, it's tax dollars, people that paid for it, that own it, and it just comes to before a board like this, and there's people out working now that would be here, that would be concerned, and this is what y'all do. I think the last bottom line, if it comes to it, to be voted on. And I think it's only fair. But, I mean, there's more to it.
Voted on by whom?
The community and the precinct.
Well, the state law doesn't allow that, to have that type of vote. What the state law allows for a vote is a specific type of thing, like an election. Community interest circumstances that, to get the sway of things, are not really allowed by the
But
state
this
statute.
wasn't in the master plan. What's the master plan worth then? I mean.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to debate about the thing. We're going to talk about it later. What the proposal here today is to keep it as a public road, but just restrict automobile traffic. That's what it would be available for people to walk up and down and enjoy the scenery. That's what is on, that's what's on the agenda.
Because I got a video,
today.
I wish I could put it on here. It's approximately a mile long. It's a beautiful road that one of the,
Right.
that's left in Oldham County, you know.
I understand. Well, we're going to, I appreciate your point of view, and your four is going by here, but maybe someone else wants to come up and speak.
Right,
It's
yes.
It's
And,
an issue that,
Right, I appreciate y'all's attention and thank you for your time, but I think there's a lot more feelings that's what's here on this road. Thank you much.
all right.
Good afternoon. My name is John Dethridge, 2910 Shiloh Lane, but I also own property in Brownsboro, less than 1,000 feet from Old Zering Road. In the past, I've addressed the court, and I've been told by some that I come across somewhat cynical. Today may be no exception. I don't understand why somebody that purchases a property, just because it has their property on both sides of the road, why they can come to the court and say, hey, can you give me that road? I own the property on both sides, and it doesn't go anywhere, so I would kind of like to take over that road. Well, I'm against that, okay? I'm against it for, well, I just don't think somebody should have that much control over it. It's been in the county since the 1800s. It's a very historic road. It was a carriage road, stagecoach road for 100 years. It led to the oldest church in Kentucky, which is located in Brownsboro. It's still operating, by the way. There's a Confederate War cemetery back there on that road that belongs to the Babbitt family, or that's the majority of the people that were buried there. So there's a lot more to consider here than just, well, it's a road, it costs us $4,000 a year to keep up, why don't we get rid of that headache and give it to Oldham County Stone? Well, I totally disagree with that. We're not talking about LaGrange after all. We don't give away property. So that's my cynical part. For about 12 years, I was one of the caretakers of that property. Can that come back up, that map, please?
Acres of the cemetery?
No, of the property. So you see the, okay. Right. So I assume that the red line, that green line north of the red line, from that red line to the green line, I was the caretaker of all that property by way of Mr. Bob Horner, who allowed me the rights to hunt and take care of and watch over the property. It's a fascinating piece of ground. I do not recommend in any way, shape, or form cutting off the public access from it. If anything, we should build a turnaround for the cars in the back so that as people drive through, they can turn around and come back out, sort of like a pseudo park. I think a lot more discussion has to be done on this. Now, I don't know, can anybody tell me why they want the road? Why does Oldham County Stone want the road? Because it's hard to respond to this if I don't understand what their motivation is.
I believe the motivation is security for the property, to keep people from dumping things back there. It's an isolated road that I think you said goes nowhere, or someone did. It goes, no one lives on the property except back there except one individual who owns the property. There is no public purpose other than scenery viewing to actually go down that road. The Babbitts do have a uncontestable right to traverse that road to take care of the cemetery, although the last time I saw it, it appeared that no one had been there for many years. Stones were knocked over, whatever, subject to vandals being back there. So I believe that the petitioner, U of L, and the Rogers Group are asking that the road be restricted at minimum so that it creates more security for the property. There is nothing to do or no right to step actually off the road. You'd be on someone else's property. So I think that's what, I'm not saying I agree or disagree at this point with that point of view. I'm just saying I believe that's what the request is, because it's an isolated area, to restrict. There is no real reason to go down that road. Certainly at night, there's absolutely no reason to be on it. You can't see anything. During the day, you could say I'm out there for scenery purposes, but after sundown, you can't see anything, and there's nowhere to go. So it's a dead-end road. The fact that it was a stagecoach road many years ago was obliterated by something. The road ends at the U of L property. It doesn't seem to progress any further past there. I don't know what the history is, never been able to find out. So I understand. One of the people said initially when I heard about this that it does have some very beautiful scenery to it. And I think that's why the recommendation, or let's say the request today, is to restrict it from vehicular traffic except for emergency vehicles and others, and have it open when the county judge could have a horse riding day or something of that nature up and down there. People would be able to walk at any time, but to stop motorcycles and vehicles from going back unless they actually have a purpose to go back. So that's pretty much where they are, and I think we pretty much used your 4 minutes up here, so.
Well, you used half of it.
Oh, I didn't use half. You had about 45 seconds left when I started in, so I'll give you another minute.
Okay, thanks, sir. My other concern would be that, let's see, this property, let's see if I can get it, right in there. Back 20 years ago, we were told that this was deeded to be agricultural use only, that it would forever be agricultural use only. Well, now, of course, it's a giant neighborhood with lots of patio homes, because you can change those things, apple patch. Those things can get changed. I'm concerned about this being changed. Thank you.
Is there anybody else who would like to speak to the fiscal court here? Seeing no one, I'll close public comment and go on now to the first item on our agenda, and that is the bid opening of the repair and resurfacing of Yacht Club Estates and Antrese Cove. Is this bid opening for that entire project, right? Yacht Club and Antrese together?
No, they're the bid.
All right. Which one do I? Yacht Club Estates, this is from Hall Contracting, $49,860. Next bid, Louisville Paving, $61,699.17. $61,699.17. Ohio Valley, $49,683. Riverside Paving, $52,717. All right, that's it on Yacht Club Estates.
Check the ink on that one.
Treesan Cove, Hall Contracting, $22,020. Louisville Paving, $19,750. Ohio Valley, $26,289. Riverside Paving, $23,300. I'm going to ask the county engineer to take these bids, look over the bids, come back at the, want to take them to committee? All right. I don't do it.
Just a question. Beth, is on the Antrese Cove, is that just the area at the back of it? Or is that the whole road?
No, that's just the area in the cul-de-sac.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. I mean, we need to go to committee on those?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll have that at the next meeting then. Next item has to do with the bid for a demolition of a house at the 1733 Riverside Drive, Prospect. Have one bid here. This is riverfront property that normally floods. It's going to be, FEMA is taking the property. The bid here is, and giving it to us after the house is down. The bid is hedges demolition, $16,659. That demolition would be paid for by FEMA. Next item on the agenda here has to do with our payables, and those are the bills that we pay every 2 weeks here. So,
Make a motion to pay the payables, Judge.
Second.
Anybody have any questions on anything that shows up on the list of bills here?
I do.
All right, Magistrate Sparks.
On page 2 of the bill, Belnick Incorporated, it says $6,877 for community center, 275 chairs. Is that a purchase of new chairs, or is that a rental?
No, it's
it's not.
purchasing new chairs for the community center.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Judge.
And we'll be upgrading those chairs to be more dining room-like. They're not exactly dining room, but they'll be more like the banquet chairs you would find at a hotel or at a convention center in Louisville, something like that. We'll have another 200 chairs that we have to sell there, so if anybody is interested in those chairs, we may put them on our auction, but we may accept people coming forward telling us what they think they're worth, because we'll have those to dispose of.
Got one more question, Judge.
Yes, sir.
On the last page, the payables for the Visa, I noticed several community center furniture purchases on there from places like Walmart. I guess my question is, do we have a policy that determines where we're going to acquire things like furniture? Because when I think of furniture from Walmart, I don't think of industrial grade or, commercial grade furniture usually. And I just think maybe we might find more durable or cost effective.
Well, let's see here. What specific item are you speaking
See,
to?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, around the 10th one, it says $128, OCD office supplies. That's office supplies, but about halfway down the page, it says $383, community center furniture. Next page is $34, community center furniture. Fourth from the bottom is $35 for community center furniture. Of course, that's from Global Industrial, but the others were from Walmart. I'm just curious, do we have a policy?
No, we let the directors decide what they need and get. These are small items. That could be a stand or something.
Okay.
Measured die?
Those are just totals, and those are comments. It could have been 3 or 4 things to come up to that total. So it might have been, they just used, that's what they used. Maybe it wasn't the best description, but, that could have been 4 or 5 things in a one sales receipt. So who's to know unless you're looking at the receipt?
Right. No, we would not be buying any substantive furniture without a serious look at several vendors.
Thanks, Judge.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you. How many people are here today to speak to the ordinance, zoning ordinance revisions, or are here because of that? You have 2, 3, 4. All right. Magistrate Leslie, did you?
Yes, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Okay, Magistrate Leslie's asking for a short break here. We'll be at 7 minutes to the hour according to that clock. Let's reconvene at 5 after, please. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.